With deep love, let us think of God. Think of all the divine incarnations, and especially in this holy place, let us think of Mother Mary, Saint Joseph, Lord Jesus, Saint Clare, Saint Francis, all the masters of all times and all places, and our beloved Gurudev. With our every breath, to be grateful, I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the saints and sages. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Om. Amen. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It is by the grace of God and Shri Gurudev we all have assembled here in the holy city of Assisi in Italy to spend a few days as pilgrims, as the seekers, to intensify our practice and to bring more understanding into our life, to have real meaning and purpose in living. Time is a flow. 2 nights are gone, and 3 more nights left. We have come to this world and we have to go. So did Francis, the son of a rich merchant, young man, full of youthful dreams. As we heard, he wanted to be a knight. Clare, the eldest daughter of a nobleman, born in a very prestigious family. And what path did they choose? You just think, in this town of Assisi or village of Assisi, for all these centuries, so many people are born, so many people have left. What did these 2 persons do? The whole world comes here. We discussed yesterday when Francis had his transformation. In Christian understanding, conversion. This transformation is to look at the life in a different way. The same world, the same plants and trees, same birds and animals, but they looked different to him. How? What happened to him? Yesterday we went to the church, monastery, where Francis had the vision. He got the message from the cross. And yesterday we heard the cross which is there is not the original cross. The original cross is in the Church of St. Clare. And today we went. You saw the cross? How could that cross talk to him? Did the cross talk to you? Those who follow the path of spirituality and in a very strict manner, ordinary people think they are crazy. And those who follow the spiritual path, they look at the world, look at the people in the world running for their worldly pleasure, possessiveness. Spiritual people think they are crazy. Who is crazy? In other words, all are crazy. If you have remembered or if you have heard the conversation of Paramahansa Yoganandaji with a movie star when they were traveling in the same train, I think. And Yoganandaji told, I know your craziness, but you don't know my craziness. Because we all are crazy. So, in the warm spring or summer time, those who have come from USA, from their air-conditioned house, comfortable stay. Thank God you have not gone to India. You are here. India must be boiling. One day Sri Gurudev was in his room in Kodar Ashram, and in the room there was a fan. The fan was almost moving like this fan. It was just like that. It was moving. A disciple came and told Gurudev, Baba, it's too hot. Can I change this fan? Meaning buy a new fan? Sri Gurudev said, no. My old friend. And when the person left, Sri Gurudev looked at me and told, why that person is feeling hot? There are many poor people and they have no place to live. Forget about electricity, fan, air conditioning. They are living and sleeping. Why this person is having feeling of warmness? Because he has money. With the progress of time, human being has become so weak, physically, mentally, emotionally, they have no ability to endure. Yesterday I told you, when Francis accepted the path of poverty, he walked barefoot. The rest of his life, except the last year, when he had the sign of stigmata on his foot, in his palms, so he had to put on shoes, otherwise no. Poverty is an attitude towards life. There is a Hindi devotional song. It tells, Bhikhari sari duniya, data ek Ram. The entire world is the world of beggars. One who gives is none but God. Are we not going to church, temple, mosque, synagogue, praying to God and begging? A story you might have heard or read, that a holy man, a sadhu, wanted some money. He thought, why should I go to poor people and ask? I'll go to the king to beg from the king, ask something. When he came to the king, he was allowed to go to the private prayer room of the king where he was praying. And he saw the king is praying. And what the king is praying, king is begging near God, oh God, give me strength so that I can conquer the neighboring kingdom. So the sadhu was living, because he saw he is a beggar. He is begging near God. Why should I beg near another beggar? When he was about to leave, the king got up from his prayer and saw the sadhu living, and he went forward and touching his feet, asked, why did you come here? He said, I came here for a purpose, but now I see that there is nothing to do with you. He said, why? Because why should a beggar should beg from another beggar? Everybody is begging. Yesterday we discussed St. Francis not only established his relationship with God, with Jesus, with Mother Mary, and followed strictly the gospel, but simultaneously he started to establish relationship with everyone. If you want to love the Creator, you have to love the creation. Often people commit mistake. They think loving God is enough. Why to think of the creation? They turn their face away from the creation. Francis, he established the relationship with the creation in a special way. We discussed yesterday to remind. He said, brothers and sisters. One is brother, the other is sister. And do you know, this morning when I was thinking of Clare and St. Francis, I thought it was like a compliment. this love between them was not the love of the ordinary world. If I am the brother, she is the sister. Although Clare addressed Francis as Father, Holy Father, Father. We discussed that Clare followed the footprints of Francis. We discussed that in the year 1209, Francis started speaking of poverty and leading the life of, a real poor person, and went from door to door to beg. And in the year 1210, the cousin of Clare, he joined Francis. Cousin means his father's younger brother's son. We discussed that Clare was from childhood. She was always loved to serve. We discussed that she had two qualities which she inherited from her mother. One is piety, the other is charity. And she was searching, how can I leave everything and go and join them? And it is said that in the year, 2011, 1211, in the year 1211, 1 year after her cousin joined, she decided to follow Francis. It was in the month of March, springtime, Palm Sunday night and Monday morning, that night time, after midnight, she escaped. It is described that her house, parents' house, had a back door. In the front door, if she escapes, she might be visible. She chose to escape from the back door, and it was really bolt with bar, rock, not easy to open. And if you think, how old was she? And one young lady, young girl, she opened all this, nobody could believe. Because rich man's house, well fortified and difficult to open, but she opened it. She went to Francis. And I don't want to elaborate what happened. Francis accepted her and sent her not to stay there, to stay in the nearby monastery of Benedictine saints, Benedictine monks. monastery. But it was clear for Clare that she's not going to be a Benedictine nun because she has to follow Francis. And Francis was just not a recognized, path according to the Christian faith. But he lived as Jesus taught how to live. There is a beautiful description, it touched my heart. The parents wanted to bring her back. And it happens. And when they came, tried to persuade her day after day, she decided one day to tell that I'm not going back. Do you know what she did? She opened her, the scarf to show them that I have no hair. Hair is the beauty for whom? I don't want to describe. One day, Gurudev and his elder brother sitting in Shri Gurudev's room in Kadar Ashram. And his elder brother, who was a doctor by profession, was very humorous. And both are sitting on the bed. One young lady came and bowed to both of them. She had short hair. And Gurudev is blessing her. And Gurudev's brother is telling Gurudev, Bhaire, Bhaire means my brother in Bengali. You started keeping long hair. And what the women will do, they are cutting short hair, making their hair short. Can you imagine, just to think, when, because I have watched the movie, I have the picture in my mind. But if you imagine your mind, her hair is cut. The family members found she is not that playful, youthful Clare. She is no more belonging to them. And they left. Do you know, when one goes in good path, family members obstruct, and some family members also support. Clare had younger sister. Her name is Agnes. She ran away. When Clare left home, she was not there at home. Later on, she came. You cannot imagine. When she came and started living with her sister, it became more commotion in their family. The father told, dead or alive, this word, dead or alive, bring her back. Very painful story. How a group, including her relatives, went in a very loving and innocent way, conversing with the younger sister, and then forcibly bringing her. She is resisting, and they are forcibly taking her. It was really a struggle, and it is described. She is praying to Clare, help me. Clare is praying to God, protect my sister. They were maybe 10, 12 people, they could not carry her. She became so heavy. And there is more description what happened. They had to leave her Clare appeared there and came, and where there is will, there is way. How much they really suffered. Yesterday, we saw the room where she lived. For how many years? Entire life, she lived there. You just think, we have come here for a few days. Everything is planned for us. Our accommodation, our food, our transportation, our daily program, everything, it is planned. And they complete surrender to God. No one knows tomorrow. Complete surrender to God. That faith, that trust, and she lived the whole life. We have come here. We might have a telephone with us to communicate. There is nothing. Do you know, the modern times is good. I'm not telling it is bad, but we misuse it. This morning I was writing about one young girl who was born very close to my village. When she was young, 4 years, 5 years old, nearby her home is a big river. She started floating on the river. Nobody taught her. She was floating on the river. Floating on the river, going against the current, going in the current, staying still, and slowly people could know that she's coming to the water and has no fear. 4, 5 years old girl. And she became a news. And while writing about her, she absconded. Nearly at the age of 10 or something, she absconded. I heard about her, and then she appeared. When she came back, she had male-like dress, using dhoti, white dhoti, orange colored long, loose shirt. When she was few years older to me, maybe 5, 6 years. When I was 11, 12, she must be 16, 17. So when I saw her, she was 16, 17. And she came to a monastery near my village. And in that monastery, there's smoking. And she used to sit with the group of male, and she was smoking. So people got curious because she was looking like a female, talking like a male, sitting with male people, smoking, and somebody asked, "Who are you?" She said her name, "I am that." For a couple of years, I have seen her during my school days. Then again, she disappeared. The purpose of telling this story, which I was writing today, people to get some, siddhis or some special ability, they do some sadhana. This girl did not do anything. It came to her from her childhood. Somebody asked me yesterday, how could this thing come to Francis? Within 4 years, she got transformed. You know, we were listening to the song of Yogananji, Door of My Heart. Who is opening up the door? Door of the heart. Are we really opening the door of our heart to God? Are we really opening our mind and connecting ourselves to God? If yes, how strong is it? How firm is it? If our mind is going after taste, going after pleasure, it will not be there. Today, I went to see a place, and that saint, some of you might have heard on his Saint Giuseppe of Cupertino. And the bed where he was staying is just wooden plank. The father who was showing that place, and he told because he had some miraculous power, he could levitate, go up and put some yogic state. And he was not allowed, although he was a priest, he was not allowed to do mass because he will. And if he goes there, more people will go to see him. So they kept him very quietly in private place. It is just like prison. And it was good for him. Do you know what happens? Suppose by God's grace you get some special ability. What will happen to you? You will tell, do you know, this thing is happening. Spiritual persons, they hide themselves. Here in the life of these two, I'm comparing Clare with Francis. Francis combined prayer and service. And Clare completely dedicated to prayer and prayer and prayer and prayer, nothing. I'll quote a teaching or saying of Saint Clare. She's telling, may the Lord always be with you. May the Lord always be with you. May you always be with him. Again, I'm telling, may the Lord always be with you. May you always be with him. Then I will tell the next line later. If the Lord is with me, am I not with the Lord? Question. Why there are two sentences? May the Lord always be with you. May you always be with him. Is it the same or different? Different. What is the difference? Let us reflect. Let us think a little deeply. where is God? My simple question, where is God? So, are we not always with God? Isn't God always with us? Where is the problem? Again, may the Lord always be with you. May you always be with Him. The Lord is looking at us. Lord is always with us. But we are not always with God because we are not looking at the Lord. Sri Lahidi Mahasaya said, if you do not look at the teacher, how can you know that the teacher is looking at you? Again, I'm telling, if you do not look at the teacher, how can you know that the teacher is looking at you? In the classroom, all the students are with the teacher. In the school, in college, are all students looking at the teacher? The answer is no. Looking means mind, not just eyes to eye. The mind is not there. Many are unmindful. When we are unmindful, whatever the teacher is teaching, we don't hear and understand. So when Saint Clare is telling, may the Lord always be with you, may you always be with Him, it has another meaning. The other meaning is, let your mind be with the Lord and let your eyes be with Lord's creation. Again, to tell you, let your mind be always with Lord and let your eyes be always on the creation as the presence of the Lord. When St. Francis is telling, looking at the sun, and he's telling my brother, looking at the moon, telling my sister, looking at the earth, telling Mother Earth. So, meaning God's presence. To bring God's presence to our daily life through our eyes, ears, nose, everywhere, through every perception, to bring the presence of God. Can you not bring it? Is it really difficult? If we live in the presence of God, for example, our behavior will change. If I remember God in all, how can I tell that I love Him, I don't love Him? Or hate? It cannot be. Since last few months, I was working on a book on forgiveness. Forgiveness on forgiveness. One quote from the Bible, it touched my heart so much, where it is said, I have been telling everywhere, if anyone tells I love God, but he or she doesn't love his own brother or sister, is a liar. Such strong word. One who tells that I love God and doesn't love his brother is a liar, because one, God is unseen, but the brother is visible. How can you love one who is unseen and you tell I love, and brother who is visible? Visible means visible presence of God, and you don't like? It is very practical teaching, and no doubt it is difficult. This afternoon, so I was looking at what is there with childlike curiosity. I felt it is chili powder. And I asked, is it chili powder? Somebody said, yes. I thought it might be mouth freshener. I took a pinch of chili powder after finishing towards the end of food. I took it and put it in my mouth. Oh God. It was really hot. So we live in this world. Somebody will be hot, somebody will be sour, somebody will be. But can we love? When St. Clare is telling, may the Lord always be with you, may you always be with Him, then it's beautiful. We are to become vessels of God's compassionate love for others. Again, I'm repeating. We are to become vessel means the pot, of God's compassionate love for others. We have to become the God's vessel of God's compassionate love. We should be vessel. Our life should be like a pot. Filled with what? Filled with God's compassionate love, not human love. Sri Gurudev said, we all have God-like potentiality of love, kindness, and compassion. We all have that potentiality. But we don't remember, we don't practice it, and we don't have faith. Do really I have potentiality of kindness, love, and compassion like God? It is the words of the masters. And when he's telling, we should have faith and we should live in it. When Clare is telling, we should be the vessel of God's compassionate love. For whom? We have love. And this love for whom? We have love for our own. I have love for my house. I have love for my motor car. I have love for my own pet. I have love for my own friend. This is human love. When St. Clare is telling God's compassionate love for others, not of your own. Jesus said, you speak love, 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 a prostitute also loves. You speak of love, 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 a prostitute also loves. But what type of love? And here when St. Clare is telling God's compassionate love, and we should be the vessel. Many times we heard or discussed, Paramahansa Yoganandaji said, you should carry a portable heaven with you. Portable heaven. You should carry a portable heaven with you. We have portable computer, we have mobile telephone. He's telling, carry a portable heaven. What does it mean? Wherever you go, heaven is with you. Your smile will bring heavenly joy. Your words will bring heavenly peace, compassion. We should live in heaven continuously because we are carrying portable heaven. And here St. Clare is telling, we all should be the vessel. Vessel has two meanings, I understand. One is pot, the other is a boat, big boat. They call vessel. Big boat is also called vessel. Yes or no? You don't know? Yes or no? Big boat is vessel or no? Yes. Big boat is vessel. And a pot is also vessel. When Saint Clare is telling, we all should be the vessel. Yes, we'll feel our life, compassionate love, God's compassionate love for others. And we should also be the vessel. I don't know what she meant, but vessel means to carry. I will carry with me. When Sri Lahidi Mahasaya was holding baby Yogananji Mukunda, and he remarked to his parents that this boy will be an engine. This boy will be an engine, will carry many to God. So we should be the vessel of God's compassionate love for others. We'll be the carrier. To carry the responsibility, to carry the burden of others, to carry the sorrows of others, to carry the suffering of others. When St. Francis is praying, let me suffer, O God, O Lord, as you suffered on the cross. And he was praying very sincerely. Prayer, surrender, love. And he developed the stigmata in the palms and the feet. Somebody asked, did he, just like Jesus was crucified to take the sin of others, did St. Francis do that? He wanted to feel the passion of Christ, how much human flesh can endure suffering, and I want to feel that. Do you know, we always want comfort. We should be comforted. We should be loved. We should be cared. We should be. And St. Francis told the other way. He said, I will love, I will not expect to be loved. I will serve, I will not expect to be served. So, completely the opposite. That is what spiritual life is. My loving ones, we have come here to Assisi as pilgrims, as seekers, to meditate, to feel, to understand, to be in that state of consciousness, to transform ourselves. We have come here not for comfort. As I told you, 2 nights are gone, or 3 days are going to be over, to the 3rd day. How's your consciousness? How's your mind? How peaceful it is? Are we in prayer? Are we forgetting? If we are forgetting, if our mind is busy with worldly things, again let us put more effort. Let us change. We have come to a place where these 2 personalities, one is Clare, one is Francis, one is little older, one is younger, one is having a male body, one is having a female body, but both loved each other and both accepted the same path of poverty, path of purity, and path of obedience. And they followed it, and They found. Not only they found, you just think how many people do know. When I heard that Saint Joseph of Cupertino, he was living in a Franciscan monastery. So he came and lived here, or he was sent here. I think 17 years or something he lived here. 17 years. Became another saint. How many saints have been? The purpose is transformation. When this Joseph he was a poor boy, little dull, not so smart, not so educated. But when he joined monastery as a lay brother and doing menial work, cleaning, working in the stable, and so on. But his mind was so clean, so clear, so pure. And his mind was always to Mother Mary. And he didn't study. Oh God. He didn't study because he became a priest. And he passed all these tests, and it is not an easy way. He passed everything. It was, wonder of God's creation. So we have to bring that positivity in our life. That is why it is said in the, how to say, life and teachings. Listen to life, follow the teachings, practice the teachings. If you can change yourself, there is no need we should preach. People can preach very nicely. But I should be preaching my own mind, converting my own mind to be transformed. Not telling others, this is this. I have to tell myself, my mind, oh my mind. I should be strict with my mind. No, you cannot do this. I should bring joyfulness into mind, because this life is a celebration. Why can't I do this? If Francis celebrated his life through poverty, why can't we celebrate our life in the path of spirituality, joyfulness? Why can't we? Why our mind will go to silly little thing? And do you know the spiritual masters tell, if you look at the loop, the hole of the needle, and you want to put the thread inside it, and the thread should be very pointed. And when you are looking at this, to pull it. So in one way, the mind should be very pointed. The thread, it cannot enter the hole until and unless it is pointed. It can pass through. How is our mind? Which type of thought coming to us day and night? Be careful. You are your friend. You are your own brother. You are your own sister. You are your own guru. It is said in the Bhagavatam that when Lord Krishna was about to leave the world, Lord Krishna had two disciples. One is Arjuna, one is Uddhava. Both were his cousins. Uddhava spent more time with Lord Krishna, and during his last days he called him, told that, do you know, your mind is your guru. Whatever I told you, keep in your mind and go to the Himalayas and meditate. Your mind is your guru. Can your mind lead you to goodness? Just think. Can your mind lead you to the path of discipline? If not, then follow the masters. Whatever they are telling us, follow it. So long as your mind is not able to follow, or mind is not leading you in the right path, our mind ordinarily tells this, that, this, that. Be careful, be strict, be caring. And do you know the simplest way to lead spiritual life is remembering God. You are with me, I am with you. Again, to remind you the teachings of Saint Clare. What is the teaching? May the Lord always be with you. May you always be with Him. We are to become vessels of God's compassionate love for others. Let us close our eyes for a moment. With deep love, let us think of Saint Clare and Saint Francis. Let us think we are not now as if we are in their time. Let us bring firm determination within ourselves that we have to live with the ideals of self-discipline. O saints, O Saint Clare, bless me, bless us, that our mind be always with the Lord. Our eyes will be in the creation, but remembering God, perceiving God, serving God. O Saint Francis, give me the strength to love and to serve, and not expecting to be loved and to be served. O God, bless me, bless us to be your worthy children. Time is flying. We have come here and we have to leave. We have come to this world and we have to leave the world. But we will not leave in empty hands. We will not live with dirty mind and the heart loaded with negativities. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. In this holy place, I bow to Mother Mary, Saint Joseph, and Lord Jesus, the Prince of Peace. I bow to Saint Clare and Saint Francis. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Let us chant Mahamrutyunjaya mantra 3 times for those who are suffering in any form, anywhere. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamrutat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamrutat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamrutat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all.